Game one of our nightcap. Earl Walton's at center court. He tosses it up, and the tip is controlled by South Dakota State. There's Mayo. That's going to be a key matchup. Mayo and Lipsy, or whoever's on Mayo, defending him.
Iowa State will be taller at every position on the floor in this matchup with South Dakota State.
Beasley, he's healthy finally. He missed that one off the side of the iron. There were bodies falling to the floor after that first shot.
And those are the shots you're going to get tonight in terms of those backside threes and twos because of Iowa State commitment to two and sometimes even three on the ball defensively.
Momcilovic is working the perimeter along with Lipsy and King.
This will be a softer cover by South Dakota State. They're not going to be up the line. They got to protect inside out.
And Gilbert gets the roll, the friendly roll off the front of the rim. Front of the rim, back of the rim, side of the rim. South Dakota State, the Summit League champions. This is the first time in the NCAA tournament they've played an NCAA tournament game in the Central Time Zone. They're 0-6 in their other visits to the NCAA tournament. Easily into the paint, kicks it out for Apple, the lefty with the three, no good.
That throwback is going to be open off penetration. Watch how South Dakota State will move on every action of the basketball. Very well prepared offensively.
Quick pass down low, knocked out of bounds by Mayo. Let's check in with A.J. Ross.
Well, Tom, T.J. Otzelberger and Eric Henderson share a bond that goes back years, but tonight those ties are going to be severed for 40 minutes. Otzelberger got his first head coaching job at South Dakota State from 2016 to 2019, and he brought Henderson onto his staff before he moved on to Iowa State. But they called this matchup bittersweet. They're not going to take it easy, guys.
No, they're not. In fact, we asked Eric Henderson, we said, what was the first thing you thought about? He said, well, I don't want them to win the national championship anymore. Momcilovic can that three. He's 8 for his last 15 from 3 after being 0 for 8 prior to that. And it's a quick start for Iowa State. They force a turnover. All right, so this is the togetherness of Otzelberger and Henderson. This is when they were on the staff at South Dakota State. Their relationship goes back even before that because Otzelberger was an AD at a high school, and when he left, he recommended Henderson for the job.
It looked like they were wearing matching ties.
They did look that way.
That second photo, they're not matching tonight.
5-0 Iowa State. Mayo way downtown, no good.
And remember, with Iowa State, unlike a lot of teams that love to play 5 out, 4 out, 1 in, this team is a 3 out, 2 in team.
Yeah, they play with 2 bigs, which most programs don't do that any longer.
Fadeaway jumper for Momcilovic, and it's good. Milan averages 11 points per game. But he's been really good as a freshman, hasn't he?
He can make every play. He's a level scorer.
Here's the 2 on the ball.
And the swarm, the ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll remain South Dakota ball with 17 on the shot clock.
T.J. Otzelberger is a routine guy, and part of their habits is this right here. High hands, closing on the trap, not fouling, doing a good job of locking up on the strong side. It's hard to make that pass to the other side of the floor with that trap.
Matt Mims for 3, that's good. So after missing the first couple of threes, they were 0 for 3. He cans that one.
Yeah, Matt Mims, who missed the first 13 games because he was injured, has come back in a major way.
He broke his foot. In fact, South Dakota State, they changed a lot over the last half-dozen games or so, which has led to their success. Lipsy's jumper, it's good. That's an answer.
There's a certain calmness to his game.
Amen. And they force the turnover. Here come the Cyclones in transition, weaving to the basket, off balance shot, count the bucket with a little circus music.
That should be good.
Number 1 in the nation on points off turnovers because they can do this. They quickly convert from defense to offense, and when they're playing downhill and the court is tilted like that, that is too much speed and power for South Dakota State to deal with.
Well, it's a 12-3 Iowa State lead. Gilbert goes to the free throw line. He leads the Big 12 in free throw attempts, or led them with 189. So this is not a shock.
And that's one of the things Coach Eric Henderson talked about. He said the #1 key to this game for South Dakota State is limiting live ball turnovers.
That in their transition defense, right? I mean, if you throw it in the 5th row. Throw it so they can make a layup on the other end.
Yeah, that's the point. Those live ball turnovers, they can't get back in time.
Yeah, he said, I'll even take a 5-second violation as Mayo lost it out of bounds.
You know, you run your offense through the deep corner typically, but against Iowa State, you throw the ball to the corner and that's trouble. See, there's a short roll right there by Kyle, and he makes a good read, but look how quickly the closeout comes.
The best defenses are when you're on the backside, when you have one defender that can go at 2 players. They're like cornerbacks.
And that's what you want offensively. You want to have a 2-on-1. That number game, but the team speed in the quarter court is so good by Iowa State.
Time now for our tournament summary. How about our 10th triple-double in NCAA tournament history? The Mass did that earlier. Iowa State, one of 8 Big 12 teams in the NCAA tournament, tied for the most in the SEC. And listen, we dug deep on this one. Records by mascot type. The Humans are up 3-0. Birds are 2-3. Canines are 0-2. The Spartans, the Flyers, and the Dukes are the Humans. There's the steal by Gilbert. Gilbert looking back, going forward for the lob.
Rewarding the big man for trailing on that play. That's why you never give up on a trail if you're a big man. You never know what's coming. It could be a missed shot or a lob from your teammate.
You know the trap's coming. You know it's going to have high hands. You know there's going to be a commitment, and it's so hard to simulate how aggressive it is.
I think that's a really good point, that it's hard to simulate. You just can't be that quick or aggressive. Gary has it knocked away. Jones called for the foul.
Yeah, a lot of times it's not even what you say, is body language, and the body language and the pressure from this Iowa State Cyclones defense is very impressive.
I think you've got to play in the middle third here, Tom. If you play in the middle third and they want to trap, you have options on both sides. But if you play on one side of the floor, they're going to keep you over there.
Kyle spins that one up. That was deflected as he tried to go up for a shot. He doesn't shoot from more than 7 feet away from the basket, so that's why he didn't take that elbow jumper. Walks it in for the first time for Iowa State. Lipsey curling off the screen, feeding Ward, and the jam with 2 hands. That's a high percentage shot. They're 7 for 7 from the floor. And
unlike Iowa State's defense, South Dakota State's defense is really soft right now. You know, they're really soft on those pick and rolls. So right here, watch this play. So there's no impact on the ball, really. No help from the weak side. So you got to basically commit, force that pass to the weak side, but that's too easy, guys.
That's that softer cover I was referencing. It's inside the 3-point line. It's not up the line.
Well, off the inbounds, 5 minutes into the first half. This has been all Iowa State. Mayo slicing toward the basket, cut off by 2 defenders. Ivy gives it off to a cutting Moores, and Moores lays it in. That'll quiet things a little bit. They hadn't scored in 2.5 minutes.
That's a really good play out of the double. You know they're going to bring 2 to the ball.
In the double team, you don't always know where it's going to come from. It came from the baseline that time.
And that's all part of their swarming defense. They know what their assignment is at all times. Ward. Quick handoff. Another alley-oop and another jam. Holy cow. He's making one jam sandwich after another.
Upstairs 3 times.
I will say that I watched him play at VCU before transferring to Iowa State, and he was good in that offense. He's really good in this offense, Hassan Ward.
Well, you know it's defense first for Coach TJ.
You almost need to pre-rotate over earlier. If you try to come and have a jumping contest with Hassan Ward, you're going to lose it because he's like on a trampoline compared to the backside defense from South Dakota State.
Yeah, it's size at every position, and if you don't have great ball pressure, it's too easy to throw the lob. We've seen the lob a couple of times.
Easily with a tough turnaround jumper, it's good, and a foul on the floor. That foul, I think, is going to go against Lipsey. Watch whip-around coverage of all men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with Fast Break presented by AT&T 5G. And the March Madness Live app. Download now. Ivy checks out. South Dakota State will get a little smaller with him checking out. Mayo will inbound off that foul on Lipsy. To Apple, and he's bumped by King.
That's the kind of whistle that South Dakota State's going to need.
Yeah, and with this aggressive Iowa State defense, South Dakota, you got to try to get in the bonus offensively first.
Easily, quick first step outside for Apple. He was open if he wanted it.
I think you got to take the first open shot.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Henderson talked about. Don't pass open shots. That's one of their goals.
Easily could not convert, but it's tipped out to Apple. Apple along the baseline, hopping into a double team. Switched hands, no good. Rebound by King. That's 3 rebounds already for King, and he's already gotten a breather on the bench. Look at that, 8 for 8 Iowa State from the floor so far. Extra pass to the corner for Lipsy. 9 for 9. 22-7 Iowa State.
Boy, it's always fun to watch when the ball has energy and it just moves like a hot potato. It's fun to watch.
They lost it again. Momchilovic has it at the baseline. No look pass cut off. And Apple will get it back for South Dakota State.
Boy, he had Robert Jones open underneath the basket for a dunk.
Here's Apple spinning into a double team, traveling violation. Watch the new season of Royal Crackers Thursday at midnight on Adult Swim. Lipsy will check out. Back in is Keyshawn Gilbert.
The quality depth, Debbie, for Iowa State. You know, they're solid 8-man rotation.
I mean, I'm just thinking about how they held Houston to 27% in the Big 12 championship game. You can see it, right?
Gary swatted away by Jones. You can see it, you're right.
It feels like there's 6 guys out there playing defense. They're just so aggressive. They're so connected. Anything in the paint is contested. Everything outside the three-point line is contested.
And when you have guys like Robert Jones and Hassan Ward that can anchor your defense and be that last line of defense if you make a mistake, that's very important.
Mayo was able to get his feet set. He launched and connected. They need that.
I mean, Coach Otzelberger's got to have something for film tomorrow as the way this game's going right now. They didn't rotate over on the strong side. Take that away.
12:25 to play here in the first half. Iowa State is 9 for 9 from the floor. Gilbert assessing. Gilbert. Momchilovic. Shot clock is at 7, now 6, and he bunts. And Gary will be called for the foul.
Man, Zeke Mayo, he's probably going to need about 18 attempts today. He's got to get shots up, guys.
Yeah, he needs a big number.
Yeah, the Summit League Player of the Year averages 19 a game.
Look at the battle on the block inside of Kyle.
Kyle and Jones. Gilbert, pull up J. That one's the first miss from the floor for Iowa State.
Nice job defensively by the Jackrabbits.
Kyle lost it, got it back, stuck at the block, touches it off the glass. 10-point game.
Yeah, that's his game. 2 feet in the paint, 2 points around the rim.
Yeah, coming off of a 15-point, 11-rebound double-double. They can use it tonight against this very long, athletic Iowa State team.
Kyle's going to have to be able to catch it off the block, stretch the trap a little, make a play out of that, whether a pass or off the bounce.
Second straight miss for Iowa State. Kyle gets the rebound. By the way, he's number 12 in the country in field goal percentage. You guys talked about being in the paint, how important that is. That's an air ball by Mayo. He wanted a foul. Gilbert, speed past the defender, lost underneath and falls out of bounds. .11:04 to play here in the first half. Hassan Ward has been more in the air than on the ground this first half. Boy, he's looking for perfection, isn't he, about the way the defense is playing?
Well, you're only allowing 38% from the field. You got created 4 turnovers. But that's what we do as coaches. We want perfection.
That's right.
I mean, he's got a wider vision about this game, right? I mean, he's thinking about what it takes to be able to get all the way to the Final Four as a 2 seed.
And there is an answer. Kyle off the pass from Easley with the 2-handed jab.
Look at those hops by Kyle.
In South Dakota State, they're saying, hey, before we can think about that Final Four, Coach TJ, you better think about us.
10:40 to play. Offensive foul is called. They're going to get Hassan Ward for that one.
Yeah, so here's a little 3/4 court trap. South Dakota State made them pay by going up top.
I mean, you have to attack pressure with pressure, and that's exactly what South Dakota State did. You got to continue to put pressure on the rim against Iowa State.
Now this action right here has not been effective for South Dakota State. This pick and roll on the sideline with 3 other players in the area. You got to run the middle pick and roll or an isolation in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, I like playing in the middle third. If you're going to trap the middle third, you've got options on both sides.
Yeah.
Mayo off the screen. Shot clock is under 10. Mayo to the free throw line. Easley. Shot clock is at 4. He doesn't realize it. 2 on the shot clock. Mayo throws it up. He's fouled. Oh, my. He's going to get 3 shots from the free throw line.
Crafty move here by Mayo.
He's fouled.
That's how you draw it, right? Late clock. Smart play by Mayo. Swipe it through.
So Mayo to the free throw line. He's 82%. And he makes the first one. It's down to a 7-point game. 10:08 to play. Second one is good. Love movies? Well, you're in luck because Max gets movies. Lots of them. Award-winning dramas, epic adventures, family favorites, and more. Stream now on Max, the one to watch for movies.
With how aggressive Iowa State is, you've got to keep teams off the free throw line, right? You can't put them in the bonus early.
It's a 10-0 run for South Dakota State, so they're back within reach. They're down 5. Gilbert with a little push. Gets some freedom. From the corner, 3 is good. Momcilovic. Boy, he has a sweet shot.
Yeah, and that right corner's been very good to Iowa State.
Kyle underneath. Kyle off the glass. He almost lost his pivot foot.
Yeah, and I think he maybe tweaked his ankle.
What a play, right? What poise. He lets him fly by, and then he finishes at the rim. Now you can see South Dakota State's gotten a little bit better rhythm offensively. They're handling the traps better.
Yes. You know, a couple plays ago on South Dakota State's offensive end, Kyle, watch him here.
Yeah, looked like he tweaked his right ankle, but he kept his composure, finished the shot.
And he's staying in the game, too.
Oh, he's got to work it out, right? They got to have him.
They have to have him. They inbound to Jones. They leave Jones out there. They don't worry about whether he's going to take that shot or not. 10 on the shot clock. Fadeaway jumper. It's good. He's only a freshman.
3-level scoring. I mean, we've seen the 3. How about that footwork? The reverse pivot fadeaway. I love it.
Yeah, Momcilovic had 18 points against Houston in 30 minutes. So if you can score on the Houston Cougars, you definitely can score in this game.
Under 9 to play in the first half. 8-point game. Ball is stolen. Gilbert, quick hands. Gilbert heading to the rim. He has 3 steals. And now it's all of a sudden back to a 10-point game. Barnhart in for the first time for South Dakota State.
A little more size in those traps. Barnhart.
Easley for three, no good. Oh, Barnhart comes flying in for the offensive rebound.
Yeah, excellent offensive rebound.
Easley into the paint, sweeps in, no good. Ball pinballs around, and it's stolen by Easley. And Mims is fouled by Gilbert with 8 on the shot clock.
Easley's having a good first half. He is hustling. He's making plays. Not giving up on the play right here. Look at the hustle right here by Easley.
Yeah, the hustle even before that by Nate Barnhart to keep this possession alive for the Jackrabbits.
So it'll be South Dakota State basketball, 20 on the shot clock. That's out of bounds. That's just a bad pass. He tried to get Easley away from the hands of Curtis Jones.
Yeah, Kalen Gary, the redshirt freshman, like he was just a little bit undecided early and threw that hard pass out of bounds.
Jones up off the front of the rim, no good. Apple with the rebound. Robert Jones transferred from Denver. Kyle. Mayo along the baseline to Kyle. Apple's there to back him up. Apple for three. Yes.
You know, they're playing deep through the short corner dunker spot behind the defense.
What a terrific pass on the baseline.
7:15 to play here in the first half. Good catch. Size advantage. Momcilovic for the jumper. It's good. Woo. He's got 12, and everything's different, but the shot finish.
Creativity off the dribble. He recognized that he had a smaller defender on him. Here comes the double team. Got to cut to the basket.
There you go. Gary cuts and finishes.
Nice job. Kyle's made a couple of plays out of that double team. He has really managed it pretty well.
6:40 to play here in the first half.
Kyle with 3 assists, no turnovers.
And Iowa State turns it over. 6:29 to play here in the first half. Yeah, it's hot in here. It's a 7-point game, 31-24. South Dakota State has climbed closer. Moments ago, A.J. Ross was talking to Eric Henderson.
Coach, Eric Henderson started down early in this one. Then your team responded with a 10-0 run, still clawing back. What else do you need to see from them to counter this pressure you're seeing from Iowa State?
Well, we got whacked pretty good early, but we hung in there. You know, I really loved our composure. You know, we don't see pressure like that very often. So it rattled us a little bit early, but we hung in there, and we just got to take care of the ball, make sure they're scoring in the half court.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Yeah, they definitely stemmed the tide. All right, Debbie, what do you think about South Dakota's offense against Iowa State's defense?
I mean, here's the pressure package you have to have these concepts in. Shot fake, pass fake, backdoor cuts, dribble entry, high post entries, all those things to try to relieve those double teams and those two-to-the-ball plays on the defensive end that Iowa State does.
Here's Apple. The double team comes, and he's deflected out of bounds. It's going to be Iowa State basketball.
And once those double teams are committed, the shot is not your shot. You've done your job. So right here, here's a little drive. Here comes Jones. Now you got to move the ball. You're playing 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 on the backside.
So move the ball, or maybe somebody cut through the middle?
Yeah, the middle was wide open, Thomas. You're right.
Under 6 to play. Jones off the screen by Ward, double screen.
And it's not just the turnovers, it's the rhythm of your offense. They disrupt everything, does Iowa State.
5 on the shot clock. Momcilovic for 3, no good. Apple with the rebound.
See if Mayo can get going.
Nice.
Kyle with the jam. Mayo did get going, but he had a little help. He got going with a beautiful pass.
I mean, you advance pass is one way to beat pressure. Good sprint down the backside by Kyle. You got to run the floor hard and wide against Iowa State. You got to get their defense spread out.
Yeah, you know how hard that pass was from half court.
Really? One of just 2 D1 players with at least 1,200 points, 300 rebounds, and 200 assists since the start of last season. Zeke Mayo. Off the curl. Jones, runner, no good, too strong. Ball tipped around. Jones gets it back. Now he'll size up a three, and it's good. 8-point game.
Unfortunately in that situation, Jones converted that three, but he missed the big guy on that roll. The center, which has been really effective for them early on in this first half. That's the pass right there.
Kyle to Apple, just too much on it. Apple gets control. He dribbled into the double team, and a jump ball is called.
We've been calling for that short roll all game off the doubles. Watch right here. Watch Kyle. He gets into the elbow area. That's where he needs to go. And then this pass underneath, this dump down pass. That was an opportunity to score if they could have handled that pass better.
So an 8-point game, 34-26, 4:40 to play here in the first half.
The Jackrabbits, South Dakota State, they've showed a lot of heart, guys. This
yes, they have.
Could have easily been a blowout early.
Lipsey's three in and out. Kyle with the rebound. That's a good box out. Here comes Mayo up the floor. Mayo got a screen. Mayo speeds it to the paint, leaves it for Kyle. Back to Mayo, blocked from behind. Great hands from behind by Curtis Jones, and a foul on Gary, middle of the floor.
And that's what we talked about with Iowa State. Can you do two things on the backside? Guard your man and provide help.
Easley's back in for South Dakota State. As Lipsey will inbound. Gets it to Ward. Muehlin was cut off. Now they get it back to the perimeter. They slip it inside for Ward, and he jams it again. He's got one slam after another.
That is 5 dunks in the game in the first half.
It is 5 for 5 on dunks.
And the steal. Here comes Lipsey. Right on the floor. Lays it in.
That's not a dunk, Debbie, but that's typical Iowa State defense.
I was going to say for him it's a dunk. Less than 3 hours from Ames, Iowa, and it feels like we're at the Hilton Coliseum. Apple got his feet set off the top of the backboard. The putback is no good. The battle for the loose ball, and Mims comes out of it. 5 offensive rebounds for South Dakota State, and Apple's able to get it to go.
Nice floater high over the shot blocker.
Pull up Jay, air ball. Mayo. But that might have been the toughest shot of the night for them.
William Kyle III is asking for a substitution.
Mims, Easley, Kyle, double team. Trying to slice through with the pass, but there's too many hands. Jones, middle of the floor, in rhythm, no good.
Tough shot.
2:20 to play in the first half.
You got size, you got no problem getting in the paint. You got to get a piece of the paint if you're Iowa State right now. You got to punish that defense inside.
Mayo, Apple from the corner again, this time a little too strong, and an easy rebound for Son Ward.
And not many guys on the offensive glass for South Dakota State really trying to get back in transition.
That wouldn't be bad to have at some point. Here, the Jackrabbits are down 10, 38-28 with 1:54 to play in the first half. Iowa State will inbound the basketball.
There's going to be about 3 or 4 possessions here for South Dakota State. They've got to make sure they get some stops here and score on the other end. If they could get this to single digits going into halftime, that would be a win for them.
A little assessing there. Shot clock is at 5. Jones pull up Jay from 17. It's an air ball, and it's knocked out of bounds by Iowa State. There's one. Take us through this a little bit.
Yeah, when you talk about Iowa State assistant coaches, Coach Gerald Blunt, he's more of the ball pressure coach. Then they'll slide Coach Kyle Green in. He's the defensive coordinator. And then last, Nate Smith is the offensive coordinator. So they're coaching staff by committee in the huddles. And then there's another Coach Crawford. That's the spacing and the screening coach. A very, very impressive setup.
Yeah, you saw TJ Otzelberger was out on the backside with his arms crossed while it was all going on.
Very much like a football setup.
Very much.
It's deeper than just offensive and defensive coordinators.
Here's Mims, 8 on the shot clock. Mayo for 3. It's good. That's a big-time shot to make it a 7-point game. He has 9.
See, they're getting a piece of the paint now, and then they're spraying. That was a really good kick to the deep corner.
And that's one of the things Coach Eric Henderson talked about. Early on, they weren't really used to this type of pressure. Now...
A near steal by Easley.
And now they're getting adjusted.
They go inside, and an easy layup on the reverse by Trey King.
It's hard to simulate this type of Iowa State pressure in practice when you're getting ready to play them for the first time.
You could go 2 for 1, but they decided not to, right? You'd rather have less possessions in this game, I think, right now, if you're South Dakota State.
Yes.
Get to the halftime.
Mayo, traffic.
Keep your dribble alive.
Shot clock is at 7. Mayo going in off the glass. It's good.
That is an excellent job of keeping his dribble alive under pressure.
He has 11. 9 seconds left, 7-point game.
That could be a recipe for success, splitting some of those double teams.
2 seconds left. Fadeaway 3, no good. And that's the end of the first half. And South Dakota State has cut this to a 7-point game, 40-33.
I'd look for a backdoor play right away because you know Iowa State's going to ramp it up here to start the second half.
7-point lead for Iowa State for a chance to move on to face the winner of Drake and Washington State. That'll be game 4 that's coming up in just a little bit. Iowa State the 2 seed, South Dakota State the 15 seed. Apple up top to Easley, extra pass to the side. It's good, Mims.
First possession, no ball screens. 5 out, moving the ball, spreading out that Iowa State defense.
4-point game. Basically a bait move. They baited Iowa State to double team. They weren't even trying to score on the post.
Momcilovic with a really good pass to Lipsey, who laid it in. 10 points for Lipsey. Kyle. He almost lost it. Bounce pass to a cutting Mayo to the corner. Mims for 3 again. In and out. And King with the board.
Iowa State's going to get that shot all night. And we'll see if they can shot fake sometime when they're not open and maybe try to make one more pass.
Gilbert down low. Jones cut off by Kyle. South Dakota State with the basketball.
Ironically, South Dakota State had one more possession in the first half than Iowa State. With all the turnovers, you would have thought the other way.
Mims bumping around. Apple thought about the 3 from the logo to Kyle. Kyle inside the free throw line. That's where he lives.
That's
free throw line deep.
Sorry, Tom. That's the adjustment right away by Hendo, the head coach over there at South Dakota State. The way they're running their offense to start the second half.
Let's check in with A.J. Ross.
Well, Tom, Eric Henderson told me that he applauded his team for their toughness in this first half and really just keeping this game within reach. To Deb's point, he said they have to continue to spread the ball, be patient. And on the other end of the floor, he said they have to protect the paint, with Iowa State accumulating 18 points in the paint in that first half, guys.
That's a good point. Yeah, thanks, A.J. We appreciate that. There's a push by Easley. That was pretty vivid.
It's the one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to foul near half court if you're South Dakota State, especially with the offensive player here, Gilbert, back to the basket.
A little Academy Award action there. Easily he'll check out. He has 3.
Well, Coach, we've been talking about the soft cover, right? Now it looks like there's a little bit extension here by South Dakota State.
And Apple wraps up the cutting Gilbert.
Yep. Yeah, but these fouls are going to continue to accumulate if you're out of position or if you're reaching in.
It's already the 13th foul. By the way, this is the closest the game has been since it was 7-3. Down to Lipsey.
I love the grit of South Dakota State right here. They're really hanging in there.
Shot clock is under 10. Lipsey high-stepping Momcilovic for 3. It's good! He has certainly found his stroke. He has 15.
He's 6'8", and he can make every play. 3-level score.
21 is his career high. You remember he was in a little bit of a scoring slump, but he told everybody, he said, listen, I'm going to figure it out. And he did in the Big 12 tournament. Mayo has it blocked away from Jones. Here comes Gilbert right to the rack. Count the bucket.
Yeah, Keyshawn Gilbert. One of the things that Coach talked about with Keyshawn Gilbert, he talked about how he loves his character, but he loved the contact on that play. To finish through contact.
I mean, the block and the straight line drive. And that's called putting pressure on the rim.
Absolutely. All right, so Gilbert, he has 9 points. He averages 13 and a half. The transfer from UNLV. TJ Otzelberger said to his staff, he said, listen, I really wanted to coach this kid at UNLV. If he ever gets into the portal, make him our first priority. And they did. Gary, high off the glass, too far off the glass. Gilbert being chased down by Mayo, and he's fouled by Apple. Or Mayo, maybe. Yeah, they're going to get Apple on that one. That's his third.
Almost seemed like you just should try to step up and take a charge, because anytime you get your hands in a situation like that, that's a foul. And how many team fouls now? 5?
5 team fouls. First of 2 is good. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Substitutions for Iowa State. King is out. And they'll bring in Demarion Watson, who, by the way, it's nice to see him back after the concussion. Cost him a couple games in the Big 12 tournament. Second free throw good. And in a blink of an eye, this is an 11-point game. Iowa State's largest lead was 15.
If I'm Iowa State, I'll keep the pressure. Here's their double team.
Ivy made this one earlier, didn't make that one.
I mean, they have gotten the ball to the short roll in the short pocket there in the elbow action, but they just haven't been able to make every play out of it.
Momcilovic can't get it to go. The ball's tipped out. 3 up top by Lipsy. It's good. He splashes it home. And a timeout called by South Dakota State.
Taman Lipsy made 5 triples all of last year.
Jamie, something is brewing. 9 threes.
That's the way Jamie used to shoot it.
That's what I understand. Well, here it's Iowa State 52, South Dakota State 38, 16 and a half to play. This run is 10-0 for Iowa State. They need a basket.
They're going to need half of those 9 threes to get back in this game.
Mayo over the top of Ward, in and out. There's a lot of that going on.
Especially on that basket.
On that basket. We should chart that. Here's the alley-oop. Ward again! 6 slams.
I mean, how can you let him get behind you?
They must really practice that, because that's the second time from half court they've thrown a lob.
Yeah, he has 5 of the 6 slam dunks tonight.
Yeah.
16 minutes to play in the second half. Hassan Ward has made his impact off the bench.
No personnel, and then it leads to this straight line drive, putting pressure on the rim. Second in the nation in steals. And look what they've done tonight.
They came in as a 2 seed. A lot of folks thought they might be close to being a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. TJ Otzelberger, though, was talking about how proud he was of what his team has accomplished. They weren't ranked at the start of this year. Mayo from the corner, 5 on the shot clock. Mayo doesn't realize it. 1 on the shot clock. Mims off the side of the rim, no good. Whistle blows and a foul on the floor.
Push in the back.
That's a good call, Avery.
And when you talk about the job that Coach TJ Otzelberger has done here at Iowa State, it's been a 3 years of body of work where they've been in the top 8 defensively. Sure, they're getting a lot of credit this year, but they've been extremely consistent on the defensive end.
And there's that push, and the foul is on Ward. So 20 on the shot clock for South Dakota State. Got to do some manicuring of the uniform. Jerry Pollard is an ex-police officer, so he needs everything to be perfectly formed. Here's Easley to Mayo. Shot fake, steps inside the arc, too strong. So the foul trouble looks like that. Apple has 3, Easley has 3, Ward has 3. Gilovich has 15 points. Gilbert into the paint, swings it to the side. Lipsy for 3, in and out.
I was about to say that's a mistake. Lipsy open.
Here's Kyle running the floor. He just can't catch it. He was trying to get his feet set and his stride set before the ball was in his hands.
South Dakota State is picking up full court here, trying to speed up the game a little bit because they need possession, so they have to try to do something. They got to change the rhythm of the game.
And try to do it without fouling.
Yeah, I think that's what disrupted them early on in this half, were just the fouls.
I thought they did a good job offensively of going to no ball screen offense, spreading the floor, spreading out the Iowa State defense. But I also thought on the defensive end, they tried to press up and pressure. And Iowa State was ready for it.
Easley will get the steal. It's a 12-0 run for Iowa State over the last 3 minutes.
And when you press up against Iowa State, it put them in foul trouble.
Apple, the double team, leaves it for Mayo, and the foul on the floor. Apple wanted that to be continual play. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now to stay up to date on all the action.
South Dakota State, they found some success sometimes trying to split those double teams. We saw earlier Zeke Mayo split it in the first half, kept us, didn't travel, and made a layup here in the first half.
There's a couple things you have to teach every day, and that is you got to play the game low to high. And the other thing is against these traps, you got to keep your dribble alive and try to stretch it so you can create some space and see. But the problem is the traps are bigger than the person with the ball.
There's Kyle, double team ball tipped out toward midcourt and out of bounds. It'll remain South Dakota State ball with 13 on the shot clock. Give me an idea about dribbling down to the baseline, guys, and that's where you get caught in the double team. That's no man's land.
Now you know that trap's coming, and then they can load up to the strong side and take away. You can't even make that skip pass over the top because you can't see it.
Mayo makes it a 13-point game. He has 14 points.
I like the full court pressure, though. I like what Coach Henderson's trying to do, and speeding up, trying to create some extra possessions. But you got to take care of the ball, and you got to get some stops now. Put some game pressure on Iowa State.
The runner, it's good. It rattles home Jones.
And especially when Iowa State is playing their 2 traditional bigs, you got to impact the ball a little bit more, make them find those big guys.
Easily turnaround jumper. It's no good, and the rebound is taken down by Gilbert. 56-41, Iowa State on top. Iowa State was picked 7th in the Big 12 this year, and of course won the conference championship over Houston. 3 is good.
That's all Gilbert right there. Managing the baseline, getting a piece of the paint. Good relocation by Curtis. Jones
over 900 points now in his college career, and the foul is going to go on Robert Jones.
Yeah, but see, on penetration, bad things happen. So nice little move here, but watch when he passes this ball, the relocation right here by Jones. Nice job. Look at the spin and rotation on that basketball. Ready to shoot. Trust when you're open that my teammate's going to find me.
From the free throw line. Be prepared for history to be written, hearts to be broken, and one champion to be chosen in the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. NHL and TNT playoff coverage begins April 20th on TBS and Max. Somewhere along the lines, excuse me, Debbie, Kyle's free throw shooting technique went off the rails.
Yeah, and you got to be ready to rebound.
Yeah. He missed one, made one. As he'll check out, Barnhart checks in. And it's not that he doesn't work on it. We watched yesterday, everybody else was doing stuff. He was working on his free throws. It's just he has this little hitch.
He starts on the right side, and then he moves it in front of his body and shoots it from the front of his face.
Gilbert fouled on the floor. That's going to go against Gary.
And one of the things, Debbie, what do you think about trying to pressure this Iowa State team with multiple ball handlers? All of these guys can really handle the basketball, these three wing players.
I think Coach Henderson has to try something. Like I said, he's trying to speed up the game a little bit, trying to change the pace so he can get extra possessions. But you got to get some stops.
He has 3 guys with 3 fouls. Jones is 3, no good. Ball tipped out. Gary saves it. Dribbled at least one time, so no travel was called. Here's the alley-oop. Oh, a little too far.
But it just gives a coach confidence when everybody on the perimeter can handle the ball.
I mean, is that the right person to be throwing the lob to? I think by Coach Henderson's body language over there, I don't think he liked that play.
He's barking at one of the officials right now. There's that full court pressure for South Dakota.
And now with this lineup, this is when Iowa State will play 4 out, 1 in. They'll play their open pick and roll.
Well, look at Gilbert. He was able to be free, and the block from behind by Barnhart, who went hard to the floor. Apple running the floor. Apple with 3 fouls, has it knocked away. Here come the Cyclones. Gilbert has it swatted down by Gary. And it will be South Dakota State basketball.
And give Barnhart credit. Barnhart blocked the last one, and then in this situation, he didn't get the block, but he was there.
Oh, he did get
the
block.
Did
That's
get
my
it.
bad.
He did get a little piece of it. Okay.
I was giving the littlest guy the credit. I should have given the biggest guy the credit. Apple got a step to the basket. He'll be fouled going up, so he'll go to the free throw line. That's on Curtis Jones.
Had a little size advantage on the inside right here. Gilbert hoping for some help. Jones is at the rim helping. I thought he was vertical on that.
He was vertical, but the help was a little bit late.
Only the 6th free throw attempt for South Dakota State. First one for Apple. He converts.
What's up?
South Dakota State won the Summit League regular season title and the postseason title. That's not easy to do. In fact, there was something like more than 20 #1 seeds in tournaments knocked out this year. And there's an injured player on the floor, excuse me. Kalen Gary was injured.
Yeah, I really couldn't see the angle from here, but.
Oh, there it is. His
left ankle?
Yep.
Or left knee?
Either one. It was. Well, he is in a lot of pain. 12:03 to play here in the second half. It's Iowa State 59, South Dakota State 44. Athletic training staff is taking care of Gary.
We're attending to his left knee, and then they escorted him, actually helped him to the locker room. It doesn't appear he's returning for this one, guys.
All right, AJ, thank you. Yeah, our heart goes out to him. Woodrow Dahl, the athletic trainer, was right there quickly and was taking a look at him. Under 12 to play, whistle blows. That foul is going to be called against Iowa State. It looks like it's going to be against Trey King. An illegal screen.
You guys alluded to it earlier. Let's give the referees credit for stopping that play earlier when Gary got injured.
Mims doing a good job of forcing him into the screen. And then the foul on the roller.
All right, so 15-point game. Still plenty of time left in this ball game. But this timeout that South Dakota State just had, let's see if they utilize it and change things offensively and defensively. They have Apple bringing the ball up. Mayo along the baseline against Ward. He'll go to the free throw line. That's 4 fouls on Hassan Ward.
And with William Kyle III on the bench, this is their 5-out lineup here. Everybody's a threat from the 3-point line. Hopefully for them, they can create more driving lanes.
You know, Avery, we talked about in the first half that Zeke Mayo has to take somewhere like 18, 20 shots You can see he's just 4 for 10, but he's only drawn 2 fouls on the Iowa State defense. He's got to be more aggressive off the bounce right here if they're going to cut this deficit.
And I agree with you, Debbie. He doesn't always need a pick and roll. Sometimes just find him, let him catch, shoot it, catch and drive it.
Let him be aggressive on a closeout.
Yeah.
You know, let him go off the bounce and see if he can make something happen. But he's got to have that mindset.
Well, he leads all scorers now at 16. 11:35 to play here in the second half. Mayo from Lawrence, Kansas, had an opportunity to leave as a transfer after last year, decided to stay. Here's Lipsy off the screen, swings it to Jones, thought about the 3, sets his feet, does get the 3. Curtis Jones off the bench. He had 13 and 10 his last 2.
That's 21 times this season off the bench. He's been in double figures.
Mims. Barnhart down to Apple. Apple, here comes the double team. Barnhart, his 3 no good. Watson with the rebound.
And with this small lineup from South Dakota State, if Iowa State misses the shot, we'll see if they can battle on the glass.
Robert Jones hands the ball off. Momcilovic can't convert. Apple with the rebound.
Here he goes right here. He's got an opportunity. He had a chance in transition. See, then Barnhart gets in his way.
Yeah, the traffic jam was caused by his own teammate. Easley, Apple. Apple falling to the floor. Mims, separation with a little bump, but he doesn't get the roll. And Iowa State will take this down near the 10-minute mark, looking for a chance to pick up their 28th win of the year and move on to the second round on Saturday. No-look pass. Momcilovic, his runner is good. He is going to evolve into an unbelievable scorer as his career goes on.
But give Taven Lipsy credit. That skip pass over the defense.
That's a hard pass to make for a smaller guard. It's good vision, though.
Momcilovic had averaged 13 points per game in the first 20 games of the season. Then he went on to a cold stretch. He had 7 points in the next 12 games. But his last 3, he's come to life again.
Is something wrong with this rim, guys?
I'm telling you.
I'm thinking the same thing.
We're going to check it out.
It's been all 3 games. We're going to have to get Debbie's tape measure out. Momcilovic, fadeaway jumper for the free throw line. Yes!
He's so patient. He lets the game come to him. He hasn't forced anything.
He's got 19. His career high this season is 21.
It's a quiet 19.
It is. Largest lead of the day for Iowa State as we hit the 9-minute mark. Mims. Little shot fake. Mayo. Thought about the logo 3.
Oh, he's got to take that shot.
He does. It's become a tougher shot. Easily up top for 3. It's good. He rattled it home. And a timeout is called by South Dakota State. 66-49, 8:42 to play here in the second half. We'll be back. His coaching staff says he's one of the best, if not the best freshman in the league. With Momcilovic, he's had a heck of a day today.
Yeah, Momcilovic, because of his size, creativity, moving and finding the right spot. Very impressive freshman.
I thought he was impressive when he was so composed in his post-game press conferences when he was struggling, where he was trying to remind the Iowa State fans in such a great way that, guys, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to start scoring more. That was 3 games ago, and he has picked it up.
When you put in the reps and the time, it builds confidence as a shooter, and he certainly has done that.
35 points in the 3 games in the Big 12 tournament.
And he was the player of the year in high school for 3 straight years.
It's that Wisconsin connection for
Yes.
Otzelberger.
Jones up top. Gilbert off the screen. Little hovering. Curtis Jones through the defense. Doesn't get it. The volleyball putback is no good. The second putback is good. Trey King.
That's right, young man. That is a weight room bucket right over there, flexing through the contact.
And that's what we talked about a couple of possessions earlier with this lineup from South Dakota State. If they can get a stop, can they rebound with this small lineup?
Apple will check out. He just picked up that foul. That's his fourth. Trey King, the transfer from Eastern Kentucky, made 77 starts for Eastern Kentucky. Two-time All-OVC selection. He finished the three-point play.
Considering that South Dakota State is smaller at every position on the floor, they're staying with Iowa State on the glass, just -1 right now.
But one of the glaring stats tonight, Iowa State 21 bench points to South Dakota State's 4 points.
Wow.
It's that wear-down effect with that defense.
Mims way downtown for three off the front of the rim. Jones with the rebound. Jones has played really good minutes off the bench. Feeds that one to King. Well, actually to the camera operator. Pretty amazing to see that score and so many others around college basketball. Kentucky's made it a 1-point game. Here it's Iowa State up by 20. Mims bounce pass down low, cut off. Just too much traffic down there.
I mean, so quick to close down that passing lane.
7.5 to play in the second half. Lipsy off the high screen. His pass is tipped out of bounds by Easley.
And Debbie, remember when Coach TJ talked about the daily habits?
That's right.
Say we trust in the work. We want to connect from a chemistry standpoint, but he talked about how he starts practices.
They guard the ball. The first thing, they work on blockouts and closeouts. Those are the habits every day in a TJ Otzelberger practice.
Kyle with the rebound. He's fouled by Robert Jones. By the way, you're probably wondering about the reaction of when that ball was inbounded. It was a clean inbound, but they showed an Oakland three-pointer against Kentucky while the inbound was coming. That game is coming down to the wire on CBS.
Wait a second, the crowd is not watching our game.
I think they left it off on the video. I think they left it up on the video screen a little too long. Here's Kyle. He pushes it into the basket.
And guys, what a great crowd!
Oh.
This crowd is unbelievable.
Well, and we should get the same in the nightcap because Drake travels well. A lot of these fans will stay. You've got South Dakota State, their campus, about 3.5 hours from Omaha. Meanwhile, Ames is less than 3 hours on I-80.
Hilton Southwest. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, Hilton Southwest, yeah. 7:05 to play. Gilbert, jab step. Cut off on the double team. They're still running their offense. Clock is down to 5. Gilbert into the paint. Gilbert off the glass. Oh, excuse me, that's Lipsy. My bad, that's Lipsy. Off the glass, he has 15.
And that's when you're a next level team. When you can score late in the shot clock, you understand the score, the clock situation.
Yep.
And you can put Momcilovic at the 3 or the 4. Right now he's playing the 4, and he's not just a stretch, he's a hybrid because he can make decisions with the ball in his hands. So he doesn't just pop and shoot. He can put it on the floor, play off screening action. He can make a play for someone else.
Gilbert, one-on-one against Mayo. Quick spin move, got himself free, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. All right, so here's this previous drive by Tamin Lipsy.
Yeah, it's about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Split the defense and finish with the little right-hand scoop shot.
TJ Otzelberger talked about Lipsy, about his leadership. He said, listen, he was a high school quarterback. He said, so he has natural leadership based on that and his ability in the backcourt. As Gilbert makes that one his 5th straight with 10 points or more.
He grew up in Ames. He's been training in Ames since he was in 3rd grade. His mom works in the kinesiology department. His dad works in student services on campus.
And speaking of Coach T.J. Otzelberger, I think you mentioned that his wife was a pretty good basketball player.
She can flat out ball. Played for Bill Finley at Iowa State 3 times. Was an all Big 12 selection. Allison Lacey was her name.
Here's Gilbert. Oh, what a move on the opposite side. And we got an injured player. It is Lipsy who's injured. He's holding his shoulder.
Oh, looked like he reached for the ball with his left.
As soon as he reached.
Yeah, when he reached back, looked like he probably tweaked his shoulder. I think he's got to come out of the game.
I think he does have to come out. This is inside our building during this timeout. Oakland with a 4-point lead on CBS with 18.1 to play. Yeah, they're going to sub him out. Look at the eyes on this one. Kentucky does have the basketball. Looks like Momcilovic is going to check in for Lipsy. The players are even watching it. 5-point lead for Oakland. 74-50 lead for Iowa State.
Tell you what, Greg Campy at Oakland. Oakland, what a great coach.
What an amazing story. Mayo, Mims, his 3, short. Jones, Curtis Jones with the rebound.
Wow, you just see this Iowa State defense. You go back door and you think you have a layup, but then there's 1 or 2 defenders rotating over. Just when you think you have an open shot, they deny you and really deny you from any possibilities of wanting to score.
Gilbert. Shot clock to single digits.
Nice screen.
Curtis Jones for 3, no good. Mayo with the rebound.
Well, Coach, they put pressure on you with their defense. And tonight, they've put pressure on South Dakota State with their offense. They've been really good at attacking the rim.
They let that one go. Kyle jams it home.
And Kyle's been good also. He's been really athletic at the rim. He's been able to take advantage of his role. I thought he did an excellent job early in the first half managing the double teams.
Grew up not too far from Omaha, Bellevue, Nebraska. Got a lot of family that are here. So many ties to this Omaha area.
You know, it's hard to simulate what Iowa State does defensively.
It really is.
And even though you watch it, you think you can prepare for it, you've got to be ready to handle those double teams. They're bringing 2 to the ball.
Gilbert for 3. He's got 15. 77-52. It's a 25-point game.
When you have a solid 8-man rotation, everybody understands their role. You don't have an identity crisis. And we know defense travels.
Yeah, they have 5 players who are double figures tonight. Easily shot fake. Step to his right for 3. It's good. Boy, we had a great angle on that. It looked like it was going in for the time it left his hand. Kid played 28 games at Nebraska as a freshman. Easley has 8. He has 991 points for his career.
Guess where his first 2 points were?
It seemed like he was comfortable here.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
When he was at Nebraska.
Yep. 3:25 to play in the second half. Iowa State, the 2 seed. Otzelberger told us they were grateful for the 2 seed, particularly where they started this year. A lot of folks thought they would be a 1 seed. Could be.
Yeah, could have easily been a 1.
But they weren't offended by it. They were happy with the opportunity to come to Omaha, but also where they were at the beginning of the year.
Well, it's matchups, right? 1 or 2 lines. Some coaches, it doesn't matter. It's who you're playing.
Gilbert, little jab step. Shot clock to 5. Gilbert in the paint. Outside for Jones for 3. And the rebound by Kyle.
Even though they missed that shot, it always seems like with their spacing, players are always in the right place at the right time.
Mayo cans it. He had perfect form on that one. His dad Reggie was a college basketball player. They've cut it to 19 with 2:20 to play. Nobody likes to hear this if you're a team on the losing end of a game. But if you're South Dakota State, you have nothing to be ashamed of after another 20-point or 20-win season. 2:10 to play here in the second half. 79-60. Iowa State in control. About 20,000 fans of Oakland here in Omaha, as both teams have emptied their benches, or at least some of their bench. Iowa State certainly has. Hassan Ward is banged up.
Pavletsky right there, the SoCon freshman of the year, transferred in from Wofford, knocks down that triple. How about that? No sweat. Comes right off the bench and sticks it.
He's envisioning it the whole time. So Oakland has knocked off Kentucky 80-76. It's the first time they've advanced to the second round in school history. That game was over on CBS. And what a win. I mean, that's amazing.
That's a shocker.
Yep, on so many levels.
Kentucky 1-3 in the last 4 NCAA tournaments.
That's incredible. Cade Kelderman, by the way, is just checked in for the Cyclones. He'll wear number 13. We watched him take one shot after another from about 2 steps in front of midcourt during warm-ups today. And he made, I think, 2 of them. As Ward goes out. There he is.
Yeah, and when you're a walk-on, hey, you're a major part of the prep work when you're trying to get your teammates ready to play. So it's exciting when you can be rewarded and get some real game action.
Well, particularly in the NCAA tournament, I think that's the coolest thing. Your name's going to be in the box score. Easley to Mims. Easley for 3. It's good. That's a pretty shot. Easley has 11. Again, he came in with 983 points in his career. So he's got 994. They swing it around. Omaha Ballou. He was born here in Omaha, Nebraska. That's where the name came from. He dives to the floor to pick up that loose ball. 7 on the shot clock.
Yeah, he was ranked 11 nationally by 2 scouting services.
He's just a freshman. And that'll be it for Apple. Apple will check out. He's smiling Eric Henderson's face as he hugs Apple. Bubs Alvarez will check in. And here comes Mims. Matt Mims checks out. Broke his foot earlier this year. All right, that round of applause is for Hawley, who's going to check in for the first time. These fans, they love him.
Yeah, he was a walk-on quarterback at Kansas as a freshman. Now he's playing in the NCAA tournament.
Just trying to play everything if he can. He's probably got a lot of gear.
Yeah. He should be able to set a screen, right?
He should be able to set a screen and maybe make a pass. Shot clock is at 3.
Oh, look at the back door.
Pass underneath Hawley. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. And out of bounds, it'll be South Dakota State basketball. I don't mean to laugh, but that would have raised the roof for the Iowa State fans. That was a great pass.
You're trying so hard.
He's trying so hard.
I don't know if he's going to get an opportunity like that again.
Well, Mayo just checked out of the game. What a career he's had at South Dakota State. It may or may not continue. Only time will tell. Alvarez up top. Alvarez to the baseline. Hofstreiter, opposite way, kisses it off the glass. 82-65, final 40 seconds here in Omaha. One more game to go after this one. The winner of this one, it looks like Iowa State, will face the winner of Drake and Washington State.
Remember, this was a 7-point game
Yes.
at the half. South Dakota State gave a valiant effort in the first half.
And we've seen this in back-to-back games where, just the better team created a lot of separation.
Off the side of the iron, no good. Rebound is taken down by Hofstetter. 10 seconds left. Moores, Alvarez, 7 seconds. Waiting. Lost it. Hawley picked it up. He's got it. Hawley hands it off. And that'll do it. Iowa State will advance to Saturday's second round. And the two great friends meet at midcourt as the Cyclones win it 82-65. And Eric Henderson can probably now say, I hope my buddy wins a national championship. Well, this is a really good Iowa State team. I know that's an understatement, but they did a lot of really good things.
Complete on both sides of the ball. Really good defensively. They generate a lot with their D. They've got good depth. They rebound. They can score from all 5 positions on the court. It's going to be a fun team to watch. See how far they can advance.
And when you can have 5 guys in double figures, that's going to be huge because you still have to score the basketball.
Yeah. Their balance tonight was really good when it comes to that. So they advance to Saturday's second round. We know Duquesne will face Illinois in 1 game, and Iowa State will see who they face